Hello and welcome to this video about some new exercises called the Tibetan longevity rites, also sometimes referred to as the five Tibetans. So, this month with body movement playtime, I really want you to think about and be opening up your energy channels in your body. And the five Tibetans are a great way to move energy throughout the body. They are an ancient system of rejuvenation that were really designed to connect us to our pure chi, our prana, our life force energy. And they were developed by Tibetan monks as this system of exercise and really an anti aging routine. So they were actually meant to be a pathway to immortality. They're about 2,500 years old, and they were brought to the West in 1939 by someone called Peter Kelder in a book that's called The Eye of Revelation. As with all exercises and practices over time, there become modifications and variations. So I'm going to teach them to you the way that they were taught to me by holistic sex coach Kim Anami. And as always, do what feels right for you. Check in with your body. So these five Tibetans, what they're essentially meant to do, the way that they work is to reverse aging by speeding up and improving the function of the chakras. So, for those of you who might not know, a chakra is an Indian Sanskrit word which means the wheel of spinning energy. We have many chakras in our body, and they are these magnetic electrical fields that pick up energy from our source. And then their job is to take the energy, kind of like a TV antenna that's receiving a signal, and then redistribute this pure universal life force energy throughout the body's organs and meridian systems. So these chakras keep us tuned in and functioning at our best when they are spinning in the correct direction and at a proper speed. The chakras also govern the endocrine system, which handles all the body's functions, including the aging process as well as weight maintenance. So there are 7 major chakras along the center line in the body, as well as 122 minor ones. And so the speed and the direction of the chakras, the way they spin, and how quickly will determine how youthful and how vital you are. And these 5 Tibetan longevity rites also clear out any negative energy or blockages in the chakra system so that the chakras can function optimally as they ought to and be able to redistribute the high quality cosmic life force energy that you're made of, that you're receiving with your TV antenna throughout your organs, meridian systems, and your endocrine system. So the 5 Tibetan rites also help to build your core strength, which is super duper important for any body movement play that you will ever do. Even standing, even sitting, any kind of activity that you have the desire to do, core strength is crucial. So when you start practicing the 5 Tibetans, you might notice that within a few days, you're already feeling a stronger core. And for example, you might be practicing yoga and be like, wow, this is a little easier, or Pilates, or whatever it is that you want to do. So even within a few days, you feel, partly because the 5 Tibetan rites have such a strong energetic component, that these exercises really help strengthen and tighten things up. So the benefits of the practices is that you'll see an increase overall of energy, strength, and vigor. You'll reverse aging. You'll balance your emotional and mental states. You'll improve spinal and joint issues. You'll have better sleep. They'll also help mitigate pain and, of course, accelerate weight release. Sounds good, right? So, how to actually do them? There's a series of 5 exercises, and you perform them once a day, and ideally first thing in the morning. If you're already fit and healthy, it's recommended to begin with 7 repetitions for each exercise, and then each week you can add 3 additional reps, but then the maximum is 21. So you'll only ever do 21 reps of each exercise. And it's recommended that you do them every day. So you could do at minimum 6 days a week. If you miss one day, you really don't want to miss more than one day in a row because you want to receive the maximum benefits from continued practice. So I highly recommend you build it into your morning routine. And especially on days that you know you're not going to get in a longer session of body movement playtime, definitely you want to include the 5 Tibetans for sure. It's like this little power routine. It feels really empowering to do in the morning. And like if you're really, really crunched for time, you're super busy, you have to catch a flight or something, you could do just 3 reps of each exercise, which will take you less than 5 minutes. And when doing just to give you a sense of time, when doing 21 reps each, it takes about 20 minutes to complete the whole series. So if you are really inactive at this time, or you're beginning your journey of releasing any excess weight, I would suggest beginning with 3 reps of each exercise a day and see how you feel. Because they're quite powerful and they're having effects on our internal systems, it's possible you might feel some symptoms of rehealthification, especially if your body is carrying a really large toxic load. You might feel dizzy, maybe nauseous. If that happens and it's too much and overwhelming, maybe consider reducing the number of reps or taking a little break. But if it's still doable for you, you're probably fine to continue. So it's really typical to feel okay doing these exercises. They are really such a great and amazing set of portable exercises to kickstart your whole system into gear, get your weight release going, keep up with your weight maintenance. Let's talk about how to do them. Right, number 1, spinning like a whirling dervish. Stand upright and raise your arms perpendicular to the ground. In the northern hemisphere, you want your right palm up and your left palm facing down, and you'll spin clockwise. If you're in the southern hemisphere, you want your left palm up and your right palm facing down, and you'll spin counterclockwise. Right, number 2. Lay down flat on your back with your palms face down at your sides. Exhale as you raise your legs up so they're straight up to the sky, or slightly forward as I do, trying to sneak in kind of an ab workout here. Lifting your torso lightly off the ground, or you can leave your torso on the ground. Your head and your shoulders come up slightly as well. On the inhale, with control, lower your legs and upper body back down to the ground. To seal in the energy after each exercise, place your hands in a diamond shape with your thumbs touching your belly button and your 4 fingers coming together to complete the diamond below. Inhale and exhale 3 full times. Right, number 3, come to a kneeling position. If you have any knee issues, you can place a pillow or blanket beneath your knees. Begin with your hands resting on your buttocks. Inhale and tilt your head and arch your upper body back. As you exhale, return to an upright position and tilt your head lightly onto your chest. Right number 4. Begin sitting with your palms face down and facing forward and in line with your hips. On the inhale, press yourself up so that your hips and torso are perpendicular to the ground. At the top of the movement, pause briefly and clench every muscle in your body, especially your glutes. As you come back down, exhale and hold your core strong. Try not to drag your bottom on the mat or the floor as you return to the original position. You can use blocks if you have shorter arms like me, and remember to finish with a rest. Right number 5. This right is basically a constant transition between downward dog and upward facing dog. So begin in downward dog, palms on the ground and your hips pointing upwards toward the sky. If you can place your feet flat on the ground, do that, or bring your heels down as far as it feels comfortable for you. On your inhale, you're going to flow forward, bringing your hips down, and keep your hips floating just above the mat. Roll over your toes as you come down. And as you float up into upward facing dog, you also want to gently pull your shoulders back and tilt your head up gently. Don't crane your neck back too far, just a gentle gaze up. And then exhale yourself back up into downward facing dog. And when you finish each exercise, remember to breathe.